Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey and I want to talk about Black Widow and how Disney said, screw all y'all. We're going to put it on streaming services, but we're going to put it in the theaters at the same time. But we want you to pay $30 extra. What? You want me to do what? Pay $30 extra to go see Black Widow, a movie that should have been out years ago. And this is even before COVID. This is like Black Widow should have been out before Captain Marvel. You dummies, you had Scarlett Johansson. And that's another thing that kills me with that whole we need females and all that nonsense, or men don't like female characters, but yet Black Widow was one of the most requested female movies that people wanted to see in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And what did they do? They ignored all of that, made Captain Marvel lame ass, inflated the story to make it be like, oh, it made $1 billion, not mentioning how they put it in loot boxes and they put it in like little giveaways to they brought the movie themselves and then gave the tickets away to other people. People don't want to talk about that. We don't want to have that kind of story because that goes against the whole narrative of that kind of stuff. And then of course self-sabotage Alita Battle Angel, which that was 10 times better of a movie than Captain Marvel by a long shot. But my thing is, why charge $30 extra for that kind of stuff? And there are going to be people that'll be like, oh, because there are people that are afraid to go to movie theaters. Look, you're going to have to get people out of the house eventually. Why not put Black Widow out there? Why not put Black Widow out there? I think that was a mistake for like HBO Max, to be honest. Like, Wonder Woman 1984. I think it would have did better being just solely theatrical release or whatever, because then you could get money from the box office, because there are countries that don't mind doing that. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, is that there are companies that don't mind watching a movie in theaters. And even in countries, they ain't got no choice. If you want to watch a new movie, it's in theaters. You gotta go and watch it. That's why you think Demon Slayers, the movie, did so well, because it was an original movie. It was a movie. It was a brand new movie. People was craving for something new, and they decided, hey, here it is in theaters. If you want to go watch it, go watch it. If not, that's fine. You can always wait until it come out on DVD. But it's in theaters right now. And guess what? People went to go see the movie not once, not twice, but 3 times. I've been hearing, over there. So even China had some of their own original movies that they released only in theaters, and people went to go watch it. Yes, there was still COVID or whatever, but they still made money. They still made money. And Black Widow should have been out in theaters, to be honest. I would have took that chance, probably like towards the beginning of the year, that we would have released this movie. Or the beginning of spring or something like that. Like, to be honest, the movie should have been out early March, to be honest. And it would have only been in theaters. No premiere access from Disney Plus or any of that kind of stuff. Put Black Widow out in theaters. You might not get that $1 billion box office, but you'll get more money in theaters than you would streaming. People don't understand that. People think that they're going to get more money through the streaming or whatever because they put the charge of $30. Some people will buy it. Some people, I'm not going to say that people not going to buy it, but what I want is people not to buy it. I want people to go to the theaters, stop being lazy, stop being afraid, and go and watch the movie. The reason why I'm saying that is because if you continue to let this happen, and if you continue just to buy that, what's going to happen is the streaming services are going to start going up and up even more. So think about this. If the movie's $30, and what Disney Plus is at six something, I bet you before the end of the year, it'll jump to $9. So think about it. Now you're paying $9 a month. Then you're paying $30 extra for whatever movie Disney feels should be a premiere access movie. And then 4 to 3 months later, they'll release it for free on Disney Plus. So then you paid all that money when you could have just waited. They're literally tricking you into buying something that's already on the streamer but they just want you to pay to unlock it early. Why do that? And I understand some people be like, because it's a hassle with the movie theaters and stuff like that. Go for it. Go for it. Take a day. Go to the movie theaters. We need the movie theaters to stay open, because if we don't, the streaming services stuff is going to go up and spike higher and higher, and then we're going to be in the same place that people were with cable. You're going to end up paying $20 to $30 for these streaming services, where it's going to be like, oh man, I'm gonna have to pull something. I'm gonna have to pull something with these this streaming services. Could you imagine Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO Max, what's the other thing? Peacock, and they're all talking about $20 each. You might as well have kept cable then, if that's the case. So no, I don't think it's a good idea for Marvel to put Black Widow in Disney Premier Access. And it was kind of funny because investors were talking to them about that and was like, are you going to put Black Widow in Premier Access? No, we're gonna hold out for it in for theaters and stuff like that. And then a couple of months later, psych bitches were putting it on Premier Access, but you can also go to the movie theaters and watch it. I'm going to the movie theaters to go watch it. I'm not paying $30 to unlock a movie, especially a prequel movie, to a character that already died in the cinematic universe. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. Why would you pay to go see a prequel movie? $30 extra to go see a prequel movie that should have been made before Endgame, before Infinity War, before Captain Marvel. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. Because it don't make no sense. It really don't make no sense. Like, that's crazy that Black Widow, one of the most iconic women from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, besides what, Peggy and what's her name? God dang it. Pepper from the MCU, and Scarlet Witch. Like, before, I mean, like, you had Peggy, you got Peggy, you got Pepper, and you got Black Widow. The three women trinity. And you mean tell me you didn't think about making a movie for Black Widow after Iron Man 2? Make it make sense, Marvel. Make it make sense. She was one of the highlights in Iron Man 2, even though Iron Man 2 wasn't all that great of a movie. As soon as Scarlett Johansson walked on the scene and she had her little moment with Black Widow, bam! Right after Iron Man 2, Black Widow the movie. There should have not been no second guessing. There should not have been no question at all. And then it's kind of funny. They wait until DC did Wonder Woman, and they was like, "Oh, I guess women do sell." What? Women always sell. The first superhero movie from Marvel was Elektra. Yes, it didn't do as well, but it still sold. People loved it. They loved Jennifer Garner as the character. It's just the script needed Jesus. Really, it really needed Jesus, to be honest. And of course, people have to remember, Fox and them were still restrictive to what they could add and what they couldn't do. So, people have to take in consideration as that as well. And then, of course, Captain Marvel had to come out first because they had to self-sabotage Dark Phoenix. Don't care what none of y'all say. Dark Phoenix is not a bad movie. Dark Phoenix was just okay. But let's be honest. We know that they cut that movie, and a whole bunch of reshoots had to happen because the ideas and things that Fox was doing, Marvel said, no, you can't do that because we're doing it for Captain Marvel. So they had to literally butcher Dark Phoenix to elevate Captain Marvel. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. The mental gymnastics we have to jump through for this nonsense makes me just annoyed to kind of see this kind of stuff. The characters should have already been out. The movie should have already been out before almost any of these women movies came out. You dropped the ball, Marvel. Now you trying to play catch up, but then you want people to pay extra. for a movie that we already know is Scarlett Johansson's last performance as Black Widow after you killed her off in Endgame. And don't even get me started with Endgame. Endgame have so many problems. That goddamn, those goddamn jewels. Oh my god, oh my god. That's neither here nor there. I'm just saying, I don't think we need to be paying $30 premiere access for Black Widow. Don't pay $30 extra for premiere access. If anybody's listening to this video and you got Disney Plus, go watch the movie. If you can go, if you have the ability to go to the movie theater, go to the movie theater and watch the movie. Support it that way. Don't support it with the premium thing, because if you guys keep leaning into that, they're going to use that so often, and they're going to slowly price up these streaming services on us. Then next thing we know, we're paying almost the same amount of price that we were paying for cable a month. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't want that. I don't want that. Not at all. Not me. But those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.